Hello class, my name is Federico Gaitan Jr. and today I'm going to be talking about parenting our children. So first off, I'm going to go ahead and answer a few of the questions that were required of us for this project. One of the questions is, what factors need to be considered when deciding whether to parent or not? So I ask, why have children in the first place? So why should we have children in the first place? What's the reason for having children? Is it for a specific purpose that parents or that people or couples have children? Is it intentional? Is it unintentional? What factors go into wanting to have children in the first place? So, children in the past, according to our textbook, children in the past were used for a lot of labor work. So extra hands equaled extra labor out in the field. This provided a lot more for the family, so kids started working at a very early age, helping out their parents. Let's say out on the farm or and other labor activities. Now, today, according to our textbook, children are more of an emotional need for parents. So, parents tend to have more of an emotional based relationship with their children. Like in the past, there wasn't always a guarantee that your child would grow to be old or would grow to get older. So that's why people tended to have more kids in the past. That way, there would be a more likelihood of them actually or the children actually surviving. Parents in the past did not really get emotionally attached to their children like parents do today in the 21st century. There is also a chart here that I posted, the parental sense of purpose. So according to our textbook, from parents, wives, 50%, this is a national survey as well, so 57% of wives felt a greater sense of purpose by having children, and 45% of husbands had a greater sense of purpose in life by having children. And expenses is another thing that I need to mention. This is another big thing that you need to consider when having children. I have 2 boys myself, and if you're not done with school, let's say if you haven't graduated yet like myself, if you're not in the career field that you want to be in, you want to, this is something to consider. You want to try your best to have a stable career already, be done with school. That way you can not only have the finances to spend on your children, but you can also be able to spend more quality time with them and not have to be worrying about homework or other things like myself. I work full time, I go to school full time, so this takes a lot of time away from my children, and this is something that doesn't feel good, but I keep telling myself that this is going to be worth it in the end, and in the long run, this is going to benefit them as well. We tend to spend from the time that they are born to the time a child turns 18. The book says that we spend about $245,000 on them. So this is definitely something you want to consider. The other question that I'm answering is, how have the trends in parenthood changed over the years? So um, definitely the choice of having an abortion or not. Unfortunately, the United States has perfected the abortion against God's will. Um, so there are many abortions that happen nowadays. Even though um, um, even though this is a bad thing, it tends to still um, be a popular thing in our nation, a popular discussion, and a popular um, topic, especially thanks to Planned Parenthood. And uh, unfortunately, this is something that I don't think is going to change anytime soon. Another thing that I want to talk about is total fertility rate. So the total births have dropped drastically from 13.5 to 1.9, and this is from the 1950s to the 2000s, according to our textbook. Um, let's see here. The choice of what age to have children. So now it tends, now in 2019, it tends, people have a lot, people are choosing to have children a lot later in life. Well, not a lot later, but maybe in their 30s. Just because they're more well off around that age, they tend to be financially stable, or tend to be in their careers, and not having as, and our nation is not having as many teen pregnancies as before. Here's the National Abortion Patient Survey rates. This ranges from the ages of 15 to 44 for women. And as you can see here, in 2008, it was at a 19.4%, and it now has dropped to 14.6 in 2014. So that's a good thing that abortion rates have gone down, but yet again, abortion is still, like I said, a very popular thing in our nation. And our last question, what are some advantages to parenting in the 21st century? So I wrote here, parents are able to keep in contact with their children uh, through mobile phones. So basically, parents are able to keep track of their children a lot better. For example, my son, my 12-year-old, he has a cell phone right now, and his mom and I are able to keep track of him, where he's at all times. We're able to track his phone. We're able to um, also see who he's speaking to, who he's not speaking to. It's a very controlled um, it's a very controlled thing that we have for him, just to keep in contact with him a lot better. Let's say when he's at school, let's say an emergency happens, he can always keep in contact with us, no matter where he's at, who he's with. So yes, this is something, definitely an advantage in the 21st century as a parent. Internet offers a lot of information to parents these days, and it's nice to it. Let's say for myself example, my father passed away when I was 14. Therefore, I don't have a father role in my life to look to on how to raise my boys a lot better. So we have the internet that can help us out with a lot of different um, skills, or a lot of different skills, a lot of different a lot a lot of different things that we can work on as husbands and as fathers, to help better raise our children. And here, fathers are more emotionally involved with their children today. And this I have come to find out that it helps them socially interact better. Um, so basically, our children are, if the father is more emotionally based, or emotionally engaged with their children from a young age, this helps children to be able to be more socially active, to maybe to be less shy, not as reserved. They're able to speak their mind. They're able to interact with other children and other people a lot better in a more comfortable fashion. Um, yes, I thank you guys for listening to my presentation. I hope you guys enjoy it, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.